Morning everyone. Today's topic is standing operation, in which today I would like to discuss thinning. Thinnings are cuttings made in a stand between regeneration and final harvest to reduce stand density for the purpose of stimulating the growth of remaining trees to increase the yield of desired products, enhance forest health, or recover potential mortality. Its primary focus is on growth redistribution on the selected leaved trees. Traditional emphasis has been on release, but a silviculturist needs to be forward looking and specify a thinning to maintain already good growth as well. Thinning may not increase total stand yield and in fact may reduce it if treatments are severe, but it will increase certain merchantable products and thus total stand value. Unlike site quality or precipitation, density can be controlled easily and profitably. The objectives of thinning include: first one is distributing growth potential of a site amongst the trees retained. Second, increasing the net yield of timber and money from a stand. Third one, obtaining earlier returns from capital invested in a stand. Fourth, efficient use of the thinned material. 5. Shortening the rotation. 6. Producing a different smaller size of timber which can meet a different object of management. And the 7th, maintaining hygienic conditions in the stand. 8th, allowing intermediate harvest of small and large woods before the final harvest, satisfying the needs of the users. 9th, favoring natural regeneration in a stand though not of prime intention. 10th, controlling species composition in a stand by removing undesirable species during the operation. Now we discuss stocking and stand density. These two terms are sometimes used interchangeably, but each has a distinct meaning necessary to convey particular silvicultural concepts. Density is quantitative, such as the number of trees per acre, basal area per acre, or volume per acre. Stocking is a relative term comparing what is their density with an optimum that is set by management objectives and usually expressed as percentage. Assuming that full stocking has been determined for a given site, 325 2-inch trees per acre might represent full stocking on one site and 80% stocking on a better site. Stocking also considers distribution or tree placement within a stand. Typically in a natural stands, high stocking percentages imply very high densities. Conversely, low stocking figures generally, but not always, imply lower average stand densities. A low stocking percent with a high average tree per acre count would imply that the stand has a large amount of unstocked area with clumps of very high density. Methods of thinning. Historically, foresters have recognized 4 distinct methods of thinning to determine which trees to favor and which to remove. A 5th method, tree thinning, can be combination of the other 4 methods applied simultaneously in a single operation, usually in a stand of irregular structure. For the first 3, foresters select trees to cut early based largely on crown position. While each method is briefly mentioned below, it is recommended that a silvicultural text be consulted for further information on the intricacies how each method influences natural patterns of growth, development, structure, and yield. Now we discuss crown thinning. It is also referred to as high thinning, French thinning, or thinning from above. Removal of trees from the dominant and codominant crown classes in order to open the canopy to favor the best trees of those same classes. This is usually applied where intermediate and suppressed classes are minimal or their removal would provide little benefit to the upper crown classes. Remove dominants with poor crowns or stem formed to prevent Dysgenic effects. In any crown thinning, it is usually best to identify the final crop trees and then eliminate the most vigorous competitors of each to prevent dysgenic effects. You see in the figure 3.2 before crown thinning, after crown thinning. Low thinning, this is called German thinning or thinning from below. Remove all trees from the lower crown classes in order to favor those in the upper crown classes. This method stimulates mortality by cutting the weakest overtop trees which would die first. The focus is on the trees that have the greatest potential for growth. A heavy low thinning simplifies the stand structure of even age forests by removing the smallest trees. Low thinning has application in areas prone to drought in that it protects some of the larger trees which might otherwise succumb to drought-induced mortality due to competition. Selection thinning. Selection thinning or thinning of dominance is a treatment designed to carefully and thoughtfully remove selected dominant trees in order to stimulate the growth of desirable trees in the lower crown classes. Selection thinning differs from and has no relationship to the selection method of regeneration applied to uneven age stands, and the silviculturist must be familiar with the different objectives of both to avoid semantic confusion. Selection thinning, if not used with great care, can very easily lead to the destructive practice of high grading by releasing trees with less than optimum vigor or poor quality stem by removing the best. Many current texts on silviculture address this method of thinning and of the problem and concerns one should be aware if choosing to implement this method. Selection thinning are best implemented as early as possible in the life of the stand and replaced by other thinning methods as soon as the crop trees approach the dominant position. In the most common use, low value species are poorly formed dominants. All trees are removed to favor quality crop trees chosen from the highest possible level in the stand. This type of thinning will have the most application in hardwood forests where species grown for furniture grade clear wood is desired and where the codominants and the intermediates have grown tall yet have fewer branches than the dominants. Codominants with a higher first fork would be favored in the thinning. In stands of shade tolerant species with strong epinestic control such as spruce and true firs, dominants are removed to favor codominants with enough live crown, at least 30 to 40% to respond. Epinestic control is the control exhibited by a tree's terminal bud over the length and orientation of lateral branches. When the terminal bud of many conifers, including Douglas fir, is lost, the uppermost lateral branches grow upward and reassert epinestic control. Stands of intolerant species cannot withstand more than one or two selection. Thinnings before most of the trees capable of useful response are gone. In shade tolerant plantation, selecting thinning followed by artificial regeneration may occasionally be part of a long-term approach to minimize any unintentional dysgenic effects. Caution is again emphasized if selection thinning is being considered. This kind of cutting can lead to a stand of poor trees that cannot be harvested economically. Geometric proportional thinning. This type of thinning removes trees in rows, strips, or with fixed spacing intervals with no regard for their species position in the canopy, vigor or form. This is the least desirable type of thinning because from phenotypic quality and species composition are at best neutral after treatment. It may be justified in uniform, healthy plantations or in previously unthinned, extremely dense stands where other thinning methods are cost prohibitive. There is little or no product recovery and the work can be accomplished by using machinery at a reasonable cost. row thinning, and see the fixed spacing thinning. Fixed spacing thinning is generally applied only to overcrowded young stands that have developed from dense natural regeneration or artificial broadcast seedling. Ordinarily, geometric thinning is done only in the first thinning of the stand and sets the stage for subsequent selective thinnings, especially where machines can maneuver in less dense stands. Figure 3 points show the examples of geometric thinning. Free thinning. This method releases selected crop trees by using combination of the above thinning methods. The free thin, also known as the free selection method, is a form of uneven edge management that recognizes the forest and each stand as a mosaic of conditions and tree groupings and applies the desired forest treatment objectives appropriately to each encountered condition and groupings. For example, over mature groups of trees may be removed as a group are thinned to a seed tree configuration in order to promote shade intolerant regeneration. Adjacent to one or more of these groups, there may be maturing groups of trees in need of commercial thinning in order to redistribute growth to the residual trees as adjacent to the maturing groups. There may be juvenile components of trees that are in need of both overstory release and pre-commercial thinning. The tree thin method takes full advantage of variability of the forest that requires a very well-trained forester to apply the treatment on the ground. This method is applicable in all situations where uneven edged management is intended and where a variety of stand conditions exist, stands that are regular in age, density or species composition, so that using only one method is not appropriate. Even though free thinning may be the method, the silviculturist should use technical terminology to convey as much of the thinning description as possible. Modified crown thinning, crown and selection thinning, or crop tree release would be more informative terms. Other types of thinning, mechanical thinning, it is called stick thinning, a thinning in which the trees to be cut are selected by some rule of thumb. For example, trees in alternate diagonals or rows, alternate trees in alternate rows, or every second, third, etc. line or a minimum spacing gauged by a standard stick. Maximum thinning. It is defined as a method of thinning which aims at putting as high a proportion possible of the total potential increment of the area on the retained stems. From an early stage, the number of such stems limited to the minimum that can fully utilize the growing tree. It is heaviest form of tree thinning so that there are no trees other than elytres. As the thinning is extremely heavy, it may result in deterioration of site due to exposure, infestation of the area with shrub growth, production of knotty timber. Advanced thinning. It is also called Krebs thinning, a thinning done in a regular crop in anticipation of separation. It was developed by Crabb and O'Connor for whitetail and pine plantation in South Africa. Thinning is done after the trees have been adversely affected by the competition of their neighbors. It should be done before competition actually sets in. Thank you for patience here.